Hey Choppers, welcome to our Kickstarter preview for Quest Heroes of Sorcado. It's an adventure RPG card game for 1 to 6 players, ages 12 and up, and it plays in about 90 to 150 minutes. We're going to show you the intro adventure, get it to the table. Here we have everything set up for the demo adventure for Quest Heroes of Sorcado. As we see, we have the player board here. We have 9 different types of potions, which we'll go over in a little bit. We have our stack of health tokens, our loot tokens, and our armor tokens. We also have each of 6 players, because the game will always play with 6 characters. We have them out on the board, as well as their equipment and their health tokens on their character cards. We have our treasure card right here in the middle and the boss monster up here. Now they're face down for this demo adventure. There's only one boss card and there's only one treasure card in this demo adventure. But this is how the basic setup will be for a game of quests. You notice we only have one deck here in the middle, but we got a spot for 5 different location decks. Now there are 6 different location decks in the full game, but for this playthrough, this demo adventure, we're only going to deal with the coast deck. So how the game starts is you'll look into the campaign book, and you can see here we're going to be doing the demo adventure, and you leave the little scenario that's going on. For this one, you're attending a lecture on cursed mages, how to recognize the enemy that never dies, and at the end of it, you are attacked by some giant caterpillars, and you decide to go track them down. You'll progress and you'll read the story first as it goes along till it tells you to do something. And in this case, it says play location coast. So to do that, we will take the deck of cards and we will turn out one card to each player or each character around the table. And we're going to go ahead and start with this character. We're going to say this is the starting character here and turn them out clockwise like so. Alright, so now each character has a card from the coast deck. So before we progress, let's go ahead and finish looking at the player board here. We already said there's different spots for the different decks. Over here is where you will be keeping your loot that you acquire. You can see we got the gold loot tokens right here, and whenever you defeat a monster or do certain things, you'll have a chance to get some of those loot tokens, and they will go into the little gold spot up here. Here's where you keep any of the potions that you acquire. You can only have a total of 12 potions, and this is shared with the party. Now, the loot tokens can be used for different things later on, especially when we're doing stuff at the peddler. The campaign book will tell you when you can interact with the peddler to cash in those loot tokens. Different things you can possibly do at the peddler is cash in 2 of your loot tokens to cure disease. You can cash in 2 of them to remove a curse. You can cash in 4 to get a health potion, or you can use 3 loot tokens to get any stat potions. You're basically buying different stuff, but it's all there in the peddler on the board. Okay, let's take a look at the character. You can see I've got this one here. I have the health tokens off of it, unlike the other ones, because this is the one we're going to look at here. This character here is the druid. You can see that by the little animal paw print up there. That signifies she's a druid. She has 6 health up there. And then we have the 4 stats down here. And they are strength and intelligence, and dex and wisdom down here, and you can see that they have different numbers. Now, for different checks or different combat, you're going to roll your d20 like you do in almost every RPG that you play, and you will add whatever bonus that you're trying to do to defeat the encounter or the monster that's in front of you, or different things you're trying to do. You will add that number and try to defeat a certain number on them. Now, we also have starting equipment with the characters have. You can see the druid right here starts with a buckler of nature's ward, and it has armor tokens. These are the silver tokens you see over here. It starts off with 2 of those, as you can see it says down here. You can see it says that when it's equipped, the druid can avoid 1 health loss from all monster counterattacks. The buckler starts with 2 armor counters, and while equipped also, the hero is immune to the cursed and disease conditions. And you can see it's for the druid only. Now, the hero taking their turn is referred to as the primary hero, and any other characters that are assisting them in combat or anything else are the assisting heroes. But if they are contributing together, they are all collectively called the active heroes. Now we're going to be starting with the character over here to my extreme right. This is the monk, and I've already drawn its card. I have it in my hand, which we'll look at in a moment. Now on your turn, you reveal your card, and if it's a monster, you have to fight it. If it's anything else, like a trap card or a story event, you still have to encounter it and complete it, whether for the good or bad, depending on what kind of card it is. But then you will draw another card from the deck, because on your turn you have to fight a monster. So let's go ahead and look at the card that the monk has drawn for the game. We can see it is a coastal goblin right here. It's got a little monster symbol, which we'll get to in a second, but it has a stat up here. We can see that it's an intelligence of 14. This is what we're going to need to beat this monster here. We will need to use the intelligence stat for our roll, and we will need to beat a 14. Now, we're not going to be doing it alone. We will be able to look at this symbol and determine how many other characters will be assisting us in battle. Now, having the 2 eyeballs, that's what we're going to look at on the symbol here. It is 2 eyeballs. This means it's a skull level 2 monster. So I look at myself on the table, and for a skull level 2 monster, I get to choose either the player to my left or the player to my right to join me in battle. Not both of them, but one of them. If this was a skull level 3, then I would be able to use both of them in battle. If it's a skull level 4, I not only get to use both of them, but I get to pick either the next player to the left or the next player to the right in with those other 2. And if it's a skull level 5, I not only get to use the 2 players to my left and the right, but those 2 players to the left and right. And of course, obviously, skull level 6 means that all the heroes contribute to the battle. Now I, the monk, being the primary hero, I only have a modifier of 1 for my intelligence. And I look over here and I see that the barbarian player to my right only has a 1 intelligence also. But the mage player to my left has a whopping 3 intelligence modifier. Of course, being a mage, they gotta be smart, right? So I decide that the mage will be the one helping me in this battle. So we'll go ahead and add up our scores, which is 4, my 1, plus their 3. And then we decide if we want to use any potions or anything like that to bump up. It's the beginning of the game. We don't have anything yet. So I have a +4. And remember, I got to beat a 14 on the intelligence to beat this coastal goblin. So I'll go ahead and take my 20-sided dice. Go ahead and roll it. And we can see I got a 17. +4 is a 21, so I defeat the coastal goblin. So what do we get for defeating the coastal goblin? Well, it looks like for victory, we get 2 loot tokens, 1 stat potion, and a quickness potion. And they're all over here, so we get to choose one of the 4 stats to grab a potion in, either strength, intelligence, wisdom, or dex. We go ahead and we'll put it over here on that side. We'll take 2 loot tokens, put them in our loot token bag there, and then also grab a quickness potion and put it over to the side in our loot space. Now the goblin card also tells us what happens if we lose the battle. You can see here we would have got poked. All active heroes, which would have been myself and the mage, we would have lost 2 health each. So it's a good thing that we didn't, because we don't really have that much to start out with. But the card also tells us what happens afterwards. Rather than going to the bottom of the deck or possibly getting reshuffled in, it's going to go to what's called the vault, which is here in the middle of the board. Since I fought a monster on my turn, I do not have to draw an extra card or another card from the deck, and play will continue to the player to my left clockwise, which is the mage. So let's go ahead and see what the mage has as his card. Oh, we can see that it is not a monster. It is spores, and it tells us that we're going to look at entry 001, so entry 1, in the adventure book over there. And it has a little flavor text over there. Oh, look how the lights bounce off the motes floating in the air. This is so beautiful. Cough, cough. Uh-oh. And so something's going to happen. This symbol up here tells us that this is a trap card. We can see it's like a little bear trap up there. So let's go ahead and take a look at entry 001. Now, I don't want to ruin this demo adventure for you, so I'm not going to show you the complete entry, but I'm just going to show it to you here up to the line. You can see entry 001, the spores, and what could be dangerous about a field of flowers. Hardly seems like a worry, but it gives you a choice. You can see here A, B, or C, and depending on which one you choose, you know, because you don't look at this, you have another player read this out to you and read you out the little choices you have, and then they will tell you. I'll show you what A is like there. If you just want to lie down for a nice nap right here. See, A, if you tell them that's what you're going to do, it said when you finally wake up, your eyes feel like cat litter, and you're hungry. So hungry. You have to test a mental stat, and the target is 12. Now you get to pick which stat you want to. The mental stats are, like you showed on the cards, the mental stats are intelligence and wisdom, where the physical stats are strength and dex. So if you succeed, nothing happens. You can see that right there. And if you fail, you lose 1 health and 1 of any potion. I'm not going to show you any of the other options on here because I want to let you encounter this during the game. So after the mage player is done with the encounter, you notice it doesn't have any of the symbol in there. So it's going to go back onto the bottom of the deck right there. But we have to draw another card. The mage did not encounter a monster. So he will draw a card directly and go ahead and turn it over and encounter it. Oh, look, it's a hobgoblin. So this will be his encounter for the turn. Oh, before I put it over there, almost right, you can see it's a skull level 3. So the mage will get to use the monk and the cleric in their battle. Now, once all the heroes have gone around and they've encountered at least one monster and fought them, now you would look back at the continuing story after the play location, and you go on. You can see here with the demo adventure, it says we can trade with the trader, which is the peddler up here. We can go ahead and buy different potions and different stuff, or fully heal depending on how many loot tokens we have. And then we go ahead and continue down with the story. And you can see down here, you continue with the boss fight entry 004. Now I could show you the boss fight, but I want to leave some kind of surprises in the game for you. This is the demo adventure, and it is meant to teach you how to play the game. One thing I should note that I didn't say before is, let's say my monk over here, when it was encountering the coastal goblin, did not defeat the goblin on that turn. We would have taken the loss, like it said, the penalty, and lost 2 health, but then the monster rotates clockwise, so it would have gone over here to the mage, and he would have had to encounter that goblin. Now, if he defeated it, he would have to draw, or he would have to encounter his card, since he's the next character in line afterwards. Even if it moved over to him and he defeated it, he still had that face down card in front of him, the spore card. He would have to turn it face up and still resolve that, and then go ahead and draw a card and encounter it that way. Now, I'm really excited to see Quest's Heroes of Sorcado come to Kickstarter. I've been following it for a long time, and we've barely scratched the surface of the campaign and the adventure. It's geared up to be awesome. It's on Kickstarter now, so go ahead and get over there. The link to the Kickstarter is in the description below, so all you got to do is scroll down and click it and take it right over there, and then go hit one of the pledge level buttons. But I guarantee you, you are going to enjoy this game. It is awesome. We've been following it for a while. I'm Logan for Logan Chops Previews. We hope you enjoyed this. After you're done checking out the Kickstarter, go ahead and leave us a comment down below. And as always, make sure you hit like on this video, and happy gaming.